SSC is constantly updating its process, its questions, its topics, and we are practicing the same every day. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to bring in the variations which all the students are observing, are facing in the selection post examinations, in the steno examinations, predicting what may happen in the CGL examinations, right? So whatever additions have happened, based on that, we are bringing these new practice sessions, and this is one of those sessions. So stay with me till the end to practice excellent questions. Some of them may be from SSC previous year exams only, but you will find they are very challenging versions of those questions, okay? So the objective of today's session is to practice new type of questions and some questions which may be of regular type only, but there will be a different route or approach to solve them altogether, right? So you'll find interesting questions today. So this session is going to be all about challenging brain freezer questions for you, right? So stay with me till the end. The objective for today's session is to confirm and to solve all these questions and to be able to understand better as to how you need to think in the examination when you face these new type of questions, right? So before we start, I'll quickly like to tell you that Oliveboard has made the adequacy pattern mocks live on the platform already. So go ahead and check that out. I'll quickly show it to you here. So the new pattern interface is live. So we are already covering all the types of questions for you. But what you need to do at your end is, you can get yourself familiar with the complete pattern, with the complete interface, so that your muscle memory is set. Okay. Let's start with today's session right away. So we'll keep it a timer based question, but for the very first question, I'm not putting a timer. Input, output, I'm asking the very first question from. Now, sorry. So for input, output, just a general information for all of you. Whenever you're tackling an input, output question, understand two things very carefully, okay? Point number one is, this one here is a banking question. And majorly questions which you will find from the sources are majorly banking examinations, okay? But SSC is not going to give you a complete banking level input output question. This is an easy one from the banking exams also. But SSC is not going to do that with you. What SSC is going to do is, you have to understand that you have to attempt 100 questions in 60 minutes. So SSC is going to respect that time limit, in the sense that it is going to give you questions which you will be actually able to do in that timeline. The only challenge is you don't know how to approach it that way, okay? So in your case, what will happen is, they will give you a complete setup, then they'll give you a new input, and probably they'll ask you something from the first or the second step only. So that will become pretty easy for you and shorter for you. Understand that, okay? Now, how to approach these questions? First and foremost, always remember, you will read the input line, okay? This complete is the input line, and the output line together. Step 6 is the output line. Make sure you read them together first. Don't look at the process. Just look at the input line and the output line. So majority of the times, not always, majority of the times you'll understand what exactly is being done. Okay. Major things, whatever will be done for your case, will be arranging in the alphabetical order, increasing or decreasing. Numbers will be arranged in the ascending or descending order. Sometimes the numbers may be flipped. So instead of 97, they'll make it 79 and change. They'll make it 82 and change. They can do that. Okay. So these are regular shifting based logics for you. So you can call them, I'll show it to you. This is pushback mechanism or exchange mechanism. Majorly you'll see shifting or arrangement based in this format. Okay. Or you'll see arithmetic based. What is arithmetic based? Arithmetic base simply means, for example, I'll have an input like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, my step 1 will be 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. My step 2 will be 1, 8, 27, 64, 125. And my step 3 will be 2, 12, 36, 80, 150. So this is my output. I'm just giving a rough example. This is the arithmetic kind, that wherein each input unit is actually changed to something else. So each input unit goes through an arithmetic calculation. So what is happening here? Here they are being squared, here they are being cubed, and here both these steps are being added. Okay, this is the arithmetic kind. There may be many variations available. It's like coding, decoding. There is no cap that only these 4 types I will ask you. But since it is an inception for SSC, they will ask you gradually, they'll pick up, so they'll be very easy only initially. Now observe, this is the input line and the output line. What exactly is happening? If you see from this, they have arranged everything in the alphabetical order. B, C, F, M, P, U, W, and then the numbers are arranged in descending order. 97, 70, 49, 38, 28, 16. Okay. Now observe what is happening stepwise. So step 1. So what happened is the smallest letter word came in front, the rest of them were pushed, and the smallest number, which is 16, went at the back. Rest everything is squeezed together. This is known as pushback. Pushback means 2 elements have changed their position. One is in the front, one is in the back. They may be 2 elements, they may be 1 element. Okay. And the rest of them will be squeezed together, will be pushed together. Okay. I'll show you how to approach this question. Right. So one by one, step by step, this is happening. Now next is C. So this craft will go here after brother because increasing order. And then 28 will come before 16 because it has to be arranged in decreasing order. Okay. Now come to your input. This is your input. This is what they're expecting from you. Okay, the first question I'm going to take some time, so don't worry. So if this is the input, what is the input line? Input line always, if all the words are different and you have understood that you have to arrange only as per the alphabetical order, don't bother writing the whole words. Okay. So it is T1535S. T1535S. 3926I. 3926I. BAK. BAK. B doesn't seem to be like one. 498060. This is my input line. Okay. Now see what I'm going to do. Always remember, sometimes students have this misconception. They will ask you how many steps are needed to solve this input. You will also answer step 6 steps. Not necessarily. Majority of the times again that is yes, but because the pattern of your input and the given input are the same. That is why they take equal number of steps, but that is not necessary. So in that case, you will have to solve the whole thing. And SSC, I am not expecting these kinds of questions. In banking, what happens is in one input output, there are multiple connected questions. So that is why they give you that much time. Okay. For practice sake, I am solving this for you. So step 1, the smallest letter is what? A. So A is going to come first. And the smallest number is what? It is 15. So 15 is going to go at the back. This is the movement. Okay. So when A will come at the front, it will push the rest of them behind. So this will be T, 15 is gone. T, 35, S, 39, 26, I, B, K, 49, 80, 60 and 15 has come here. Now I have drawn these two vertical lines for you to understand this is what pushback means. They have changed and they pushed the rest of them together. Okay. Now there will be another change from step 1 to step 2. So what will that be? The next letter, the next smallest letter is B. B is going to be coming at this line. So this is where you need to understand the pushback is easier for you to understand. Next number is 26. 26 will go here. So step 2 will become A, B. Pushback T, 35, S, 39, I, K, 49, 80, 60, 26, 50. Next letter is what? Next is, I think, I. So I will come here. Next number is 35. 35 will go here. So step 3, A, B, I, pushback T, S, 39, K, 49, 80, 60. This is 35, 26, 15. Next letter is K. K will come here, 39 will go here. So step 4. Now look at the magic. A, B, I, K, T, S, 49, 80, 60, 39, 35, 26, 15. Till here, everybody will come. Now the next line. What will happen? So S will come here, 49 will go here. Okay. So step 5 will look like A, B, I, K, S, T, 49, T, 80, 60, 49, 39, 35, 26, 15. Technically, if you observe, you have reached your output. But some students fail to understand that and they'll keep on solving this further. You don't have to do that. You have to understand where is my output. This is my output. All the letters have been arranged in the ascending order and all the numbers have been arranged in the descending order. This is my output. I've already reached my output. Why? Why did this happen? Because this arrangement was already there. Okay. This T and 80, 60 were already arranged for me. So I didn't have to take another step. So technically in my question only I took 6 steps to solve it, but here I have done it in 5. Okay. Why did I do this completely? Because this is the question. So what is the position of 49 in step 3? Okay. Sorry. I showed it to you completely, solved it completely, but in SSC, if at all you reach this question, you'll read this first. You just need till step 3. So you will proceed only till step 3. That's it. This will become easier for you. Okay. The question is asking me what is the position of 49 in step 3. So in step 3, what is the position of 49? From left it is 3, 3, 6, 7, 8 from the left and 3, 3, 6 from the right. 8 from the left, 6 from the right. 8 is not there, 6 from the right is there. So option D is the correct answer. This is what was expected of you in the question. This just needs sufficient practice. If you have good practice of input-output, you will be good at it. You will not feel that difficulty. Okay. So what I'll do is, I'm planning a session, probably somewhere in the next week I'll plan a session on input-output with you. I'll discuss very good questions with you so that you are clear about how to approach this topic. Now, next one. So this one, social and emotional intelligence. You are running a medical store, someone comes and asks for a medicine without prescription and says that it is urgent. How do you handle this situation? So what do? You give the medicine to the customer, you refuse to give the medicine without a prescription, you sell the medicine at a higher cost and you ask to speak to the doctor on the phone. A lot of people end up selecting, so a lot of people do this in real life, but that is not what is ideally expected. A lot of people get confused and select this in the end because they want to help out. So they are extra ethical actually, not ethical, sorry, extra empathetic. So what they'll do is, they'll feel that, okay, I'll talk to the doctor and then give the medication, I don't have a problem. How do you know that the person you're talking to is actually the doctor? There is no prescription, there is no written proof. So you will deny that in every case. You will just refuse to give the medicine without a prescription. That is what is ideally expected of you. That is what you will ideally do. Okay. Next. This is decision making. Questions from this topic are very common these days, specifically in the right, Shruti. Okay. Now from decision making, a lot of questions have been asked. A lot of people are actually misunderstanding this question as decision making. This is not decision making. This is not a direct part of critical reasoning. This comes as a separate topic known as social emotional intelligence and ethical dilemma. I have already covered that in one of my sessions last week. Okay. So then this is decision making. This is also a very common banking based questions, never asked in SSC so far, but now they are asking. It's a very easy approach. What you simply need to do is, you need to check. There are criteria mentioned to you. Okay. There are some fixed criteria mentioned to you for selection of a person, either into a team or into a college or into a school or for any specific thing. Okay. Or maybe, so the criteria are there, you have to strictly adhere to the criteria. Remember that. And there may be exceptions given to you. There may be exceptions given to you for particular criteria. Okay, reading all that, keeping it in mind in your memory, and then you look at the question and you approach it. That's how you need to solve it, right? So, what about this one? Yeah, okay, Shruti, I'll just move ahead. I'll just move aside. Okay, what you can do is at this point, just give it a pause and then solve it, because we'll not wait for very long. So you can pause here, solve and come back. Okay. So a company wants to select a team leader. The following criteria must be met. The candidate must have at least 5 years of experience in a managerial role. So the experience should be greater than or equal to 5. Minimum 5 years is required. The candidate must have a master's degree in business administration. That means MBA is a must, compulsory. The candidate must have a performance rating of excellent in last 2 consecutive years. So he should have an excellent rating in the last 2 years, 2+ years. Okay. Candidate must be under 40 years of age. So his age should be less than or equal to 40 years. These are the 4 criteria which are compulsory to be met. But there is an exception. What is the exception? If a candidate has 8 or more years of managerial experience, so instead of greater than or equal to 5, it has greater than or equal to 8 years now of experience, the age criteria can be relaxed. In that case, the age can be greater than or equal to 40 years also. Okay. Age criteria can be relaxed means if the person is more than 8 years experienced, then that criteria can be brought down. So he can be elder, more than 40 years also. Okay. Okay. Now, read. Candidate P, you have to select out of these 3 who will be the person who will select. 6 years of managerial experience, pass. MBA, pass. Excellent for last 3 years, pass. But he is 42 years of age, not pass. He had to be below 40. Okay. You can exempt the age only if he has 8 years or more experience. He only has 6. So you will reject P. P will not be selected. Candidate Q has 9 years of managerial experience, okay, but a BTech degree, excellent rating, and he is 45. He does not have MBA. Straight away, reject him. Okay, now you will ask why? Why do we do that? See, the exception here is only between 1 and 4, not between 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 are a must have. Even if one of them is not satisfied, you will reject the candidate right away. No exception whatsoever. Exception is only there between 1 and 4. So 2 and 3 have to be strictly watched out for. If a person does not have an MBA degree or does not have excellent rating for the last 2 years, he will be rejected. And that is what we are doing here. He has a BTech degree. Everything else is perfect. You will reject him. No hard feelings, no humanness here. You have to be very brutal. Strictly adhere to the policy. So R has 5 years of managerial experience, fits the bill. He is an MBA, fits the bill. Excellent rating for the last 2 years, fits the bill. And he is 38 years old, less than or equal to 40, fits the bill. So candidate R is the one who will be selected. These questions are never difficult. Mostly they are not difficult. The only problem is, the only challenge is they are time consuming. And a lot of points have to be remembered for you to actually select the correct person. That's it. Rest, everything is given here only. Nothing else you have to do. Got it? Good evening, Avijit. Exactly, Shruti. That is where everything goes wrong. We fail to pay heed to it. Excellent question from quantitative aptitude. I am not going to teach you quant. But these days, these types of questions are visible. Even in the steno exam, they asked a few quant questions in the reasoning section. That is not justified though. But CGL, they can definitely do. So just solve this question. Just observe it carefully. It's very easy, but it's interesting. So I'll just move out of the frame for a second. You can pause it here and then probably approach it. Okay. So 1 year ago, the age of Ramesh was 60% the age of Amit. Let's start like this only. 1 year ago, the ratio of ages of Ramesh and Amit will be what? 3/5. Why 3/5? Because 60% is 3/5. I think that much you know. I don't have to explain. So I can say Ramesh's age is 3x and Amit's age will be 5x. Fair enough? Okay. Now, after 1 year, so we'll first come to present age. Present age will be how much? This is 3x plus 1. This is 5x plus 1 for Ramesh and Amit. 1 years extra. After 1 year, this will be 3x plus 2. This will be 5x plus 2. The average ages will be 30 years. Average means 3x plus 2 plus 5x plus 2. Their sum is going to be 60. Why? Because average is 30 means their sum divided by 2 is 30. So I'll just multiply the 2 there to get the sum. So this is 60. I can find the value of x here. X is simply 7. 8x equal to 56. So x is 7. Okay. Now the question is, if Suresh is 10 years older than Ramesh, then what is the present age of Suresh? What is the present age of Ramesh first? You put it here. So this is 22. Ramesh's present age is how much? 22 years. So Suresh's present age will be how much? It will be 32 years. That's it. The question was easy, but majority of the people make an error here. Why? Because they don't approach it blockwise. They don't approach it normally. Of course. It's going to be time consuming. But it's easy. It's not difficult. Right? And these are questions where no tricks are going to help you whatsoever. The only trick which you could apply, what? The percentage ratio. Why did you skip this? Any specific reason? Okay, try this one now. This one also is a very good question. This I believe is no, it's not a previous year question, but it's a good one. This is going to trouble you somewhat. Okay. Now, if you observe in these questions, always take help from the vertical options. Okay. Because no matter how hard you're going to try, you will still not get a repeat pattern. See, NL, NK, NK. We are not sure what is happening. Okay. We are not sure what is happening. So just observe the vertical options first. Vertically, second one will give you M. Fifth is K. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one is N. This much we know. So K dash M, NL dash, NK dash, NKL, NK. It's not making sense, is it? Okay, now you will take some more risk. What risk? How will you take that risk? You will see there are 3 L's here. So probably this is an L. 3 M's here. So probably this is an M. Now observe. KLMN, LMNK. Now this will make sense. What is it? What is happening here is, so this K is going at the back. Now this L will go at the back. So we will have MNKL. Now this M will go at the back, NKLM. And now L will go at the back. So we have KLMN. This is what is happening. Now catching hold of this normally was not possible. So what is the logic? What is the answer? L triple M KL KN. L triple M KL KN. Option A is the right answer. That is the risk you took. You just tried to solve it like this. Because otherwise you are not finding a pattern. Okay. Otherwise you are not finding a pattern. Next. Data sufficiency. Just read this question. I will go out of the frame. So take a screenshot here and just probably or hit the pause button and read this question. So there are 6 people who are of different ages. Okay. Who among the following is third oldest? So if I have 6 people who are of different ages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how they will be arranged as per the ages. I need to know who is the third oldest here. Now, before you start solving, this is the 3 statement based data sufficiency. Before you start solving, observe the options. Only statement 3 alone, 2 or 3 alone, 1 alone and 1 or 2 alone. So check 1 alone first. Okay. 1 alone is V is not as old as E. Okay. C is older than F. C is older than F. R is older than V. R is older than V. S is younger than F. S is younger than F. V is not as old as E implies probably E is older than V. But they are not connecting anywhere. Do I know who is the third oldest here? I don't know. Okay, so 1 alone is not sufficient. Now understand. If 1 alone is not sufficient, either 1 will never be sufficient. Okay, so now the next thing which we'll check is 3 alone. This is gone. Check for 3 alone. Only one person is older than E. That means E is at the second position. C is older than S. C is older than S. V is younger than C. V is younger than C. F is older than S and younger than C. So it will be C, F, S, V. C is not as old as E. So C is less here. So it will be C, F, S and V will be here somewhere. And the tallest guy is R. This is the confirm arrangement with 3 alone. So you can tell who is the third tallest or what? The third oldest, right? Yeah. So it is C. I don't need the answer, but 3 alone has helped me get the answer. So option A is the right. No, wait. Sorry. Once you have 3 alone here, you will have to check 2 also because of this either case. Okay. So 2 alone, E is older than C. E is older than C. V is older than S. V is not as old as E, but that means maybe, probably it can be here also. Between C and V, we don't know. So this is also not sufficient. So option A is the right answer. Okay. What does option A say? Only statement 3 alone is sufficient to answer a question. In these questions, always strictly adhere to your options. Don't just randomly start checking everything. Okay. Another try for data sufficiency based question. You will find very interesting questions today. Some different set of questions which I have brought today for practice, and more going forward we'll be doing this only, more or less, sorry. Now 6 people, so hit the pause button if you haven't solved it yet. Okay. 6 people, D, E, F, G, H and J attend the seminar in 2 different months, February and July. Look at this one now. So February, we have 5, 11 and 20, right? And we have July, 5, 11 and 20. Observe this very carefully. This is a data sufficiency question, but is also helping you to approach a puzzle arrangement question. Okay. So there are 6 people who are going to the seminar in these different months. Which of the following people attend the seminar immediately before F? This is the question. Who is attending immediately before F, right? Now look at the options first. These are 3 statement data sufficiency. The options are both 2 and 3, either 1 or 3, only 3, either 2 or 3. So let's check only 3 first. Only 3 says J attends on the 5th date of the month. So J can be either here or here. We can't have 2 J's obviously. So J1 and J2 will make 2 cases. Okay, we'll make 2 cases. Right? 2 people have attended the meeting between J and H. Now if J1 is here, if 2 people have attended between J, so H1 has to be here. And if J2 is here, then H2 will be here. There is no other option. These are the only possibilities for J and H. 1 person attended between the meeting between H and D. So if H1 is here, D1 can be here or D1 can be here and D2 will be here. These are the positions. But despite that, you will not understand that who is sitting above F, because we are still not sure about E, G, etc. Okay. So 3 alone is not sufficient to answer the question. The moment you eradicate 3 alone, that means either 1 or 3 cannot be the answer. Why? Because 3 alone has to be sufficient in that case. Either 2 or 3 is also not the answer, because 3 alone has to be sufficient in that case. So I have got my answer. My answer is both 2 and 3. Okay, so in the examination, if you come into this situation, just mark the answer and move ahead. You don't have to actually solve the question to get your answer. But just for the sake of practice, I am doing it with you right now. So let's try 2 and 3 alone together. So F attends on 11th February. We know that F attends here. 2 people attend between E and F. So F has to be here. E has to be here. There is no other option. 1 person attends a meeting between D and E. Now, if this was E, only this can be D. And D and H had 1 person in between. So J1 will get cancelled, H1 will get cancelled. This is the arrangement, H, F, D, J, E, and this is G. Now we clearly know who is above F, so my answer would have been correct. So option A is the right answer. But in the examination, please resist this urge to solve the complete question in terms of data sufficiency. Just look at the options, get close to the answer, and you'll understand whether I'll be able to find it further or not. Just tick mark and move ahead. Okay, next. Good, 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 very good. Okay, embedded figures. So a lot of people are very angry about non-verbal reasoning. They are still not sure whether it will be asked or not. They've almost stopped preparing. Don't do that. Keep practicing. Keep the touch base should be there. That means you may delve deeper into the newer topics, solve them more, okay, make them quicker, but don't just leave these topics altogether, because you never know, they might come in for a surprise in the CGL exam, right? So this one is not very tricky, just that it might be time consuming for you to locate the correct figure. Okay, in that case, pick out the option where this is not present for sure. So what is the unique factor here? It is this Z and 7 attached to each other. You can find this Z here, but there is no 7 which is being attached further. This is an elongated one. So this is not going to suffice. So this is gone. Z is here again, but there is no 7 which is continuing, gone. Z is here again, but no 7. There is a 7 again here which is elongated. But you can see this here clearly. It's here. Right here, you just confirm it and you will get everything which you require. So option A is my correct answer. Okay. Even the plus sign, you can take the hint from the plus sign as well. So sometimes if locating where it is embedded is difficult, you can quickly locate where it is not embedded. That will also give you a correct answer. Have a clear approach. This is actually an SSC CGL previous year question only. I think CGL or probably CPO, one of them. This is actually an excellent question. In the examination, majority of the students got confused and a lot of people had contacted me back then asking that should we raise a problem here. You will have to identify what is the issue. For some of them, it's very quick, very immediate. They'll get the answers right away. For some of you, this is very challenging. You keep on struggling. I'll tell you what is the correct answer. We'll approach it. So this is just a simple pattern completion question. Okay. If you observe it clearly, what is happening is here, this is being flipped, the mirror image is being taken. So here also we'll have the mirror image. Agreed? If here you'll have the mirror image, this will look something like this. Okay, this will be like this. Okay. Something of this sort. This will be here, this will be here. If you observe, this is not the case. Option B is definitely not possible. Now A, C and D, all three of them are possible. How do you isolate the correct one? If you observe very closely, you will see an extra curve here. This U curve which is not there anywhere. It's just clear cross, cross, cross and these single curves are there. This is an extra curve. So A is also rejected. The main problem is between C and D. No matter how hard you try, you will not be able to get the difference between C and D. For a lot of students, it is difficult. For some of them, it's directly visible. But a lot of students struggle here between C and D. That how is it going to complete the pattern? Because exactly if you observe, same pattern, same crosses, same pattern, same crosses. What is the difference? It's a very minute and a simple difference, but just invisible to the naked eye. The difference is that it is framed inside another box. Hence, this will be incorrect and this is correct. Exactly same figures, just that it is framed inside a box and your brain is not going to read through that because it is going to think this is trivial, this is unimportant. I don't need to focus on this and you will just leave it. So option C becomes my correct answer. This was the official answer. There was nothing incorrect in this question. There was a time when SSC used to ask these questions. Good questions, good quality questions. But anyways. Now these questions are also expected. What is different here? The difference is this question is actually a classification question. Odd one out. Okay. But usually if you come across a classification based question, What is expected? Supposedly I give you a letter classification question. I give you 4 clusters and I just give it to you that, find the odd cluster out. The approach is you have a reference in your mind, which is the English alphabet. Based on that only you will calculate everything. Okay, this is this many letters short, this is this many letters after or before, difference, etc., and you'll get your answer. Here they are telling you that forget the English alphabet. This alphanumeric series here with symbols is your reference series. Keeping this as a reference, solve this question as the odd one out. This is a very common approach these days. It's very commonly asked. Okay, so that is a different case where they'll pick this up as a sequence. They'll ask you how many symbols are there which have letters before them and numbers after them. That is a different question altogether. But here what they'll do is they'll give you a series. They'll make an analogy question out of it. They'll make a classification question out of it. They'll make a series question out of it. Okay. So then you have to understand from this. It's very easy. It's not difficult. But your reference point has to be this. Okay. Good. Very good. Very good. Let's see. You're right. You're absolutely right. So B7 hash. I'll see B. Then I'll see 7. Then I'll see hash. So what is happening? B plus 3 minus 1. Correct? So I added plus 3. I got 7. 1, 2, 3. And I added minus 1. I shifted one place back. So I got hash. I4 arrow. So I plus 3, 4 minus 1 arrow. Okay, again plus 3 minus 1. F2 R. F plus 3, 2 minus 1 R. W copyright E. So W copyright is plus 3, but E is minus 2 this time. So this is plus 3 minus 2. So this is the odd one out. Then sir, what is the issue? Why to give this question? This is not difficult at all. Of course it's not. But imagine you have never seen this question and this is right there in front of you in the examination. You will just read this question at least 2 to 3 times to understand what you need to do exactly. Majority of you, when you come across these series, you will think like that only, like I just told you moments before. That find the number of symbols which have letters and before them and numbers after them. That's what you're going to think. Because you have seen such questions in the past. But this is new for a lot of students. Very simple, very basic. Just something new. And the moment you encounter something new, off track, gone. So that is why you have to practice all these variations as much as possible. Okay, next. How many meaningful words can be formed using the second, third and seventh letters from the left end? From the left end, we have to pick up the second, third and seventh letters. So we have O, M and W. And we need to see how many meaningful words can be formed. Now, this is simple vocab based. One word definitely you can form is mow. Mow the lawn. You just set it. You cut the grass. You clear the facade. Okay. The landscape. What else can you form? Now you see there are 2 consonants here. Okay. Even if you try random combinations, you are never going to form a word. The only 2 possibilities you would see is mow and worm. Nothing else is going to make sense, but this is also not a word. Okay, so be confident. 1 is the correct answer here. A lot of students unnecessarily waste time here. Okay. Next. This is also a previous year question and a very easy variation. Very easy variation. Just that students can't pick it. Again, something which is right there in front of your eyes, but it is not visible. So the mirror image of structure. So we always start from E only. We go like this. A majority of us have this habit, and that is where we get caught in this question. Okay. So E, this is definitely not possible. Now you see E, R, U, T, U, but U, T, C, U, T, C. This is not right. The spelling is incorrect. So this is gone. Okay. Out of these 2 now, again they'll get trapped. They can't see what is the difference. If you match word by word also, still sometimes you will fail to see the difference. Why? Because a lot of times when your mind is too occupied and too clouded, you read this and this as the same thing. I don't know why that happens, but that happens with a lot of students. They fail to read the mirror image of S. Rest everything is fine. If I would have written F here and F like this, you would have easily read it, easily caught it. But for S, something happens. So despite this being very obvious, still they will fall into this pit and nothing. They will get the correct answer, just that they will delay it. So option D is the right answer. Okay, next. Missing numbers. Thank you, the Dark Knight. So sweet. Good evening. This one is a very interesting question. Okay. Now I'll tell you how to pick it up. It's not very easy to pick it up in the examination. You'll have to learn to think that what hints do I take? You will always have hints with you. Okay. Because otherwise it's practically impossible for you to understand the logic. Now a lot of people will get trapped here. 8, 8, why not 8 here? I think this has been resolved for a lot of students that majority of the times this is not correct. Of course, it cannot be so simple. You'll have to have a logic. But then you'll go and see 27. Ignore the other options, but if you see 27, one thing should come to your mind that 8 and 27 are cubes. 2 cube, 3 cube. Can it be somewhere something around cubes? Let's see. So you multiply 2 and 4 here. You multiply 2 and 5 here. Take their difference. And cube this difference. You will get 8. Let's confirm it. So 2 into 4 is 8. Minus 3 into 2 is 6. Again you cube this difference. You will get 8. Let's confirm it here. So 3 into 2 is 6. Minus 1 into 3 is 3. Cube this difference. So 3 cube is 27. This is it. Okay. A lot of people think that smaller the number, easier it is. No, smaller the number, the more difficult it is. It gets easier when there are very large numbers here because then you can understand much better that what exactly might be happening. With smaller numbers is where the challenge arises. 2 square is also 4. Okay. Double of 2 is also 4. Okay. Half of 2 cube is also 4. So that creates a problem. Next. Excellent question. This was supposed to be left in the examination. You can't do this. Okay. This is just not easily understandable in the examination. Just give it a shot. So sometimes you have to understand where to, where to give the restraint, where to pull back, where to hold. That is where the mark of a good candidate lies. Okay. So you just can't solve everything. Don't aim for 100%. This is not some board examination where you're going to be awarded if you score 100%. Aim for a score which is going to help you qualify, and aim for a score which is going to get you your dream job. That's it. Nothing else. So these questions in the examination, if you spend 15-20 seconds, you will not be able to, you will be able to figure out that this is nothing, this is not direct, it's nothing easy. Sometimes you might get trapped here, 25, 64, okay, root is 8, root is 5, but it is not happening here. Okay, it's not working out. Now, some people will also think that, okay, 12 plus 13, 25, 8, is it related like this? No, because there is no sense in the column option, in the row option. So, more the numbers, usually that is where the answer lies. So, that means it is mostly column wise something is happening. Now, what is that? If you add 25 and 12, you will get 37, plus 3 is 40, but that is not making sense because you have to reciprocate here. Okay. What is the logic here? The logic is you will square 12, you will square 3, you will add these two, you will get 144, you will subtract 25 from it. Okay, 144 and 9, that's 153, and you will subtract 25, you will get 128, you will divide that by 2, you will get 64. Of course, this was not easy to capture, right? So then in the same way, if you see, you will do 8 square plus 5 square minus 3 divided by 2 will give you your answer, this one. And what is that going to be? So it is 64 and 25. 64 and 25 is 89 minus 3, 86 by 2 is 43. Option A. Cool. Next. A very good question. Another previous year question. But majority of you are going to make an error here. Just observe. Give me the answer. The dark night, I have already taken one such session and I am planning more sessions in the next week. If you observe, you can find it in the live section of our channel also. You will find a session of social intelligence, emotional intelligence and ethical dilemma. I have already done that. Not ethical dilemma, social and emotional intelligence. Okay. For critical and ethical dilemma also, I will bring some sessions. Don't worry. Already there in the plan. Okay. Input output also I have planned one session. So it will be taken care of. Yes. In this question, what exactly comes to your mind? I'll tell you, majority of you, in hurry, they will mark this answer. And they have done that in the examination. Why? Because you'll read, you'll see this is the figure and you'll see then rotated 180 clockwise. So this will go like this and 45 anti-clockwise. So it will be a vertical figure. This is the only answer. Option C is the correct answer. I told you, no, you failed to read it thoroughly. Read it. Which of the option figures, when rotated by this, will give you this as the answer? They have exchanged, they have flipped the question altogether. This time they are telling you, this is my answer. Tell me what was the question. But because it is given in that order, you will observe that this is the question, apply this and get the answer. It's not simple application, it's reverse application. They are telling you, this is my answer, final answer, which has been obtained from doing these rotations in one of these figures. Which is that figure? So then you will see option A will be that figure, because after going 180 clockwise and then 45 anti-clockwise, this is what I am getting here. Okay. Previous year SSC question. Nothing new, nothing extra, nothing out of the box. Right? So even if you practice PYQs with a relevant option, relevant logic, where it might be challenging and it might actually pose some thought process, then that is what is important. See, Abhijit, I told you, no, you will get trapped. But anyways, good that you are trying. Excellent figure series based question. Just give it a shot. We'll probably keep this as the last question today. Okay. So this is the series actually. This is the series given to you. You need to find the next one from these 5 options. Okay. It has to be based on a movement pattern. Observe. The dark night, you just leave a comment after this video in the comment section. I will share the link with you there. Okay. Don't worry. It should be a part of a playlist, I believe, but I'll still share it with you. Just leave a comment after this session gets over in the comment box. In the reply of that comment, I'll share the link with you. Okay. Yes. Problem figures, answer figures. What is happening? Just observe the movement pattern. From 1 to 2, what is exactly happening is this Z is exchanging with 0 or O, circle, whatever. This square is exchanging with an equal to sign. And this star is exchanging with a triangle. So this U is not changed. It's at the same position. From 1 to 2, this is the movement which is happening. Okay. From 2 to 3, check. Again, Z and 0 equal to and this, but this time U and star are changing and this is not changing. Now, most of you will think, I have only taught this in my classes and this is what regular question looks like, that they'll go alternate. They'll repeat this pattern here, they'll repeat this pattern here. But that is applicable mostly when you have an even number of figures with you. You have 4 figures and you're about to find the 5th one. But here they have already given you 5 figures. So that is mostly not the case. Let's still observe. So this time, if you see, the Z and O are changing again. No, sorry. From here to here you need to see. So this time the Z and triangle are changing. the square and this thing star are changing, and this U and hash equal to are changing, but the circle is not changing. The pattern is flipped this time. Okay. And from here to here, how do you observe? You will see again that equal to and circle. So again, let's check here only. Z and triangle, star and square, and equal to and circle are changing. This is not changing. So what is the pattern? What pattern is being followed here? The pattern is that, observe it in two ways. In this cross change, there is one extra change here in the bottom. This change is following an anti-clockwise pattern. Here, then on the top, then on the left. So again, now this time it's going to change here. Okay, it's going to change with this. This is how it is going to repeat. Or if you see this repeat one, whatever is repeated in the next figure, here, then here. Okay, this is following a clockwise pattern. Then here, then here. So this time this is going to repeat itself. Okay, this is for sure, right? So the circle is going to come at the bottom, triangle is going to come here, star is going to stay here. So triangle, circle. So we have only two options which are following this criteria, these. Now the upper ones are obviously going to exchange. So basically this pattern is going to repeat itself. What is the pattern? This is the pattern. So Z is going to come on the top left corner, which is here. So option 1 is the correct answer. 5 is not correct. A is the right answer. Okay, observing the movement is where everybody goes wrong. Whatever arrows I am drawing here, what am I actually doing is I am looking at two figures simultaneously. The given figure and the next figure. So here if Z is coming here and circle is going here. So I have written that they are being exchanged. That is why this is the answer. Okay, so this movement, after this movement you are getting this answer. After this movement you are getting this answer. That's how you need to read a figure series question. Okay. For now, we'll stop here today. I had more questions, but anyways, I'll provide you this question as a homework. So as a bonus question, what you need to do is, I'm just moving out of the screen. Take a screenshot here and give me the correct answer in the chat box. This question is also a previous year question. Try to be reasonable. It's a very easy question. It's not very difficult, but it's going to take some time. Initially, it might not just hit directly, right? So that's here. That's all for today's session. The main objective was to solve new type of questions also and some different variations also of old or previous questions. Okay, I had got 25 questions for you, but unfortunately we could not solve them all because of the time restrictions. Anyways, I'll keep bringing these sessions for you. So we'll keep bringing new types of questions. We'll keep solving them and we'll keep making ourselves better at this. Till then, thank you so much for joining live, guys. Bye-bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.